Hold up. Where's my mouse? All right, there it is. Okay. What is going on? My goodness. I'm just getting on the charts for the first time. And what I'm seeing almost, no, that's old. Okay. I'm making sure. My goodness. Chart's just looking a little crazy. All right, now we got an updated chart. But the charts are looking a little crazy. Wow. All right, so let me go ahead and put this out there. Let me find it first. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Net. Got it. Jack, what's happening, my man? What is going on? Feel like I came on a little late today, but I'm here. I made it. And doesn't look like I missed too much. The market is pretty active. It's actually it's kind of doing a lot right now. But we're still going to take a look and see what's going on right now. Still going to take a look. What's happening, Stacy? All right, so I actually can put this in a few places just to get it out there a little bit. Okay, there's one. Shawnee was saying he enjoyed that the all or none video from today. That was an interesting trade. I like to I'm glad when the market does stuff that people experience themselves. When they see it, you know, they see me take a trade and something similar happens to me that they do all the time. You know, and to be able to take trades and ultimately, you know, still win and still profit from the trade. A lot of times I do things on purpose, like especially with the challenges. The challenges is something that I use to kind of help to educate people more so about the market so that they get scared straight, so to speak. If you see what the market is capable of doing, you may want to just actually relax and sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's typically what my intention is behind doing the challenges. Let me see. Someone just asked me something. Haru, can we do some OTM trades one day? Probably not. Probably not. I probably won't do that because I think doing the at the money was enough. Like if you didn't get it, if you didn't kind of get the point that I was trying to make from when I did the at the money video series, then you probably are not going to get it. Like if someone doesn't understand why they should actually avoid going that route and sticking to something that's more streamlined and simplified. You know, if you don't kind of get that, then I don't think you're going to get it at all. And I know that people are curious and people want to see, people like to see when you display your skill and when you can just show people what you are capable of doing. But, you know, my thing is, okay, it's cool to entertain and to, you know, show it off, so to speak. But the purpose of me doing that is to more so educate and to actually get people to make money. Like that's more so what I'm concerned about. I'm not really impressed by me being able to do it. But of course, people are naturally entertained and they look at it like, wow, you know, I wish I could trade like that, or I wish I could do at the money. I wish I could do out the money, you know, whatever it is. But it's like, well, when you actually get to take a look at what it actually is, it kind of changes your perception of things in general. And you actually begin to understand and appreciate like what the intention is behind when I actually do put out those types of videos. You know, like the main question I was getting the whole time is, and this is when I was doing the At the Money series. Main question, oh, well, Mark, when are you going to teach it? And it's like, see, that's how I know like people were not actually listening to what I was saying in the videos. Because as I'm making the videos and taking those trades, I'm actually directing your attention to the market. I'm actually talking in the video and I'm saying, listen, I'm in this trade. You know, this is a one-to-one at the money trade, but I want you guys to look at what the market is doing right now. And in some of the trades that I took, you know, you got to see 1 minute I'm in profit, $20, $30, but it's 3 minutes left on the clock. Then I go out of profit. You see that line turn from blue to red and you're like, oh, then I'm in the red by $20 or $30 per contract. And by the time the binary expires, because I understand what the behavior in the market was at the time that I took that trade, that's the only thing that gave me the confidence to hold the trade until the end. You see what I'm saying? So for me to hold that trade until the end, that's the only way to benefit from the full one-to-one risk reward. And that's why if you're trading using at the money, it's not cut and dry where it's like, all right, you know, you risk 50 to make 50. It's one thing to say that, it's something else to do it. When you start losing 50 each time that you take a trade and you look at it, you're like, wait, hold up. Damn, I lost twice. You start losing and it adds up and you're like, damn, I lost. I thought I was going to win that one. Now you're dealing with something different. And this is for people that actually have some level of skill. You know what I'm saying? They don't mess around with it. If you notice people that are out there that might be trading at the money, they will not hold that trade until the end. They will not. It's too difficult for someone to have the stomach to sit there while they go in and out of profit repeatedly, multiple times. 1 minute you up 40. And you're saying to yourself, damn, I was up 40. Damn, I should have took that 40. Well, if you took the 40, 40's not 50. You see what I'm saying? Because if you lose, you're going to lose 50. If you win for it to be one-to-one, you got to hold it till the end to get the full 50. If you only take 30 off the table, that means that instead of it being one-to-one, now it's more like, what, 0.7 to 1. Because you're throwing off the risk-reward ratio. And the risk-reward ratio was what you were doing it for in the first place. That was your whole purpose for doing at the money to begin with, which was because it's better risk-reward, right? So that's, you know, like that's the mindset that I had to kind of deal with and bring people through to try to help them to understand the dynamic behind the fact that you really have to deal with the market with regards to any approach that you're using, whether it's at the money, out the money, in the money. It doesn't matter. It's not like you do one approach and you guaranteed to win using that approach. No, you will lose doing out the money. You will lose doing at the money, and you will lose doing in the money if you don't understand the market. Period. Period. End of discussion. So that's kind of what my goal was through that particular challenge. And, you know, it was something I know a lot of people got a lot of education through that. And I know that some other people were pissed off that I didn't teach it. You know, they're like, damn, I wish he would teach me how to do it. And it's like, teach you how to do what, though? Like, did you see what happened? Like, were you looking at the actual market when I took those trades? Is that something that you want to learn how to do? To sit there and have to watch your profits going in and out? Nah, that's not what people really want. So regardless of what somebody says that they want, that's not really what they want. You know what I mean? So what's happening, Sherilyn? But yeah, so I remember actually, I think I had did a couple of out the monies back when I had first started doing the study last year. I had did a behavioral study video series for like a week. It's like 6 or 7 videos. And I think I had did a couple of out the money trades during that week. During that time. So out the money is even more difficult than at the money. See, because, all right, what really happens is anytime that you're dealing with an approach specifically on the NADEX platform, and I'm also watching the market too, by the way, as I'm talking. So I'm on the charts right now. I'm looking. But anyway, so anytime that you're dealing with an approach on NADEX, you have to understand the dynamic of the binary. Like the binary option is a very powerful way for you to extract profits on one platform in one place. Like NADEX is one platform that you can use to specifically explore whatever your ideas are about the market. Like you can specifically use NADEX for that purpose. So you could believe, all right, you know, I know how to look at the market, and anytime this happens, then I should be able to use that, you know, with the binary, and I can make money doing that. So in other words, you're figuring out how to use the binary to make money with something that you know about what the market does. Now that's great. That's awesome, because you're already a step ahead of somebody else on the platform who's just throwing money at the binaries. Like there's people that are sitting on the platform looking at pricing on the options, and they're trying to figure out how to maneuver and get in at a good price and to get a good risk reward. They're not as concerned about what the market itself is doing. So they are less aware of the environment that the market is actually in at the time. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, because they are less aware than you are, you being more aware of the actual market environment and the actual market behavior, you already have the edge over them. You instantly have an edge over other traders on the platform, because your decision making is not going to be based on options. Your decision making is based on the behavior of the market. It's not you don't win the option because of the option. You win the option because you were correct about where the market ended in relation to the option. So whichever direction you decided to trade, you're winning that option because you're correct about what the market did when the option ended, when the option expired. That's how you win a binary option trade on NADEX. It has less to do with everything that you're thinking, especially if you come from Forex. If you come from a Forex background, the things that you're used to are not relevant when it comes to binaries. Like I have this discussion with people all the time. And, you know, I really do try to help them to understand, like, yo, everything that you think that it is that you are used to doing from the Forex world, it doesn't mean anything here at all. It means nothing. So you have to rewire yourself to accept that, first of all, and then to understand, well, all right, if that's not the case, then what is the case? Now you have at least an opportunity to begin to study the market and actually look at the market itself, the underlying market that the binary is based on. And that gives you a good foundation from which to start. I saw a couple of comments. Hold on a second. Oh, let me share that one. Put that there. And I want to put it one more place. Let me see something. Put it in one more spot. All right, cool. That'll work. All right. Sheldon said I had a couple of shitty out the money trades this week. I'm sure you did. And Ruth said, do you use Fibonacci? Absolutely not. All about $1. Have you tried the 20-minute binaries? I did try 20-minute binaries early on when I was still kind of familiarizing myself with the NADEX platform. And by the time I got to the 5-minute binaries, it was all over. Because when I started looking at the 5-minute binaries, I realized that that particular instrument puts you in the best position because they roll over every 5 minutes. So I wasn't looking at it in terms of, ooh, every 5 minutes I got a chance to make money. No, I'm looking at it like, well, if it's every 5 minutes, then that means I don't have to wait an hour. I don't have to wait 20 minutes to take advantage of what the market is actually doing in real time. So the 5-minute binary instrument is the closest that you're getting to the market presenting some type of behavior and environment in real time. It's the closest that you're getting. You see what I'm saying? 20-minute binaries are too long. Hourlies are too long because too much can happen within that amount of time. And if you've been training with us, with TeamAlliance, you know that even 5 minutes is a lot. So we even go beyond the 5-minute binary in actuality. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting that as you become aware of the market and you begin to study the market more, it begins to make more sense as to what instrument you could actually use to capitalize on knowing what the market actually does. Like understanding its behavior and learning the nuances of the market that you're watching. You know, when you begin to look at it objectively like that, everything kind of opens up and you become just aware of what is actually going on and what makes the most sense to do. Like there are people, for example, that trade, you know, other markets completely, other platforms and everything. You got Forex traders, you got futures traders, there's people trading cryptocurrency, you know, people trading on the stock market. So there's a lot of different platforms and a lot of different exchanges and other markets that you can trade. But like I say all the time, every single day, I'm thankful for NADEX. And please understand, I am not promoting NADEX. I'm just simply happy that NADEX exists because of the business model that they're using, for one, and because of the opportunities that they allow you to have. Like, you got to think about a binary and think about the way that NADEX set up the binary on an exchange. You see what I'm saying? It's an exchange. So you're not taking the binary trade against NADEX. You're taking that trade against another person on the platform who has their own idea about the market. They're placing their binary option trade based on their idea of the market. And most of them don't know anything about the market. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave you if you actually have market skill on that type of platform, on an exchange where you're trading against other traders? That means you can just wait for the market to come to you and bring the money to you. You don't got to do nothing else. Just wait. Just relax and wait. And that's exactly what we do on TeamAlliance. So that's what I teach, you know, my students to do. That's what I do. Just like right now, I'm looking at the charts now. Oh, Mark, why you didn't take a trade yet? Because there's no opportunities for us to take no trades yet. When we take trades, we win. I don't know about what you be doing. We're waiting. And if there's no opportunities, we don't take nothing. So that's where like patience and discipline come in, because it's like, well, damn, how can you be trading 5-minute binaries and you ain't taking no trades? Because it's not about the 5-minute binary. In essence, it's about our understanding of the market. You see what I'm saying? The 5-minute binary is just the tool, the instrument that we use to capitalize on our understanding of the market. That's the difference. Sheldon said, agreed. Michael said, the two things you don't want to give the market too much of is your money and your time. Bingo. Trend trader made a lot of crypto, then lost more on hype scams. Please. We ain't even gonna go there. There's so many of them. Just pick one. All About a Dollar said, good explanation. Always a pleasure. In prime position to profit. Moving too fast. Do you intraday or do daily contracts or both? We just wait. We wait for trades to come to us. Now, the NADEX platform, because it's using Forex pairs, you know, Forex is 24/7. So the Forex markets don't close until the weekend. They close on Friday and then they reopen on Sunday. So what we do is we just sit and wait for the opportunities to come. Now, because we're learning the actual skill of interpreting the market that we're dealing with, you're not stuck in a time of the day. Like, you know how some people be like, oh, I like to trade the London Open. Oh, I like to trade during the Asian session. Oh, I like to trade, you know, the German session. I like to wait until New York. Okay. For us, I don't care when it is. If I'm up, like if I'm awake, I can go on the charts. I can look and see if there's opportunity or not. If there's no opportunity, I do something else. Like, we're not, you know, my whole thing was, when I started training, was that I wanted to reinforce and reiterate that the whole purpose of you learning to trade and being in position to trade is to have freedom. Like, you don't want to be a slave to the charts. You don't want to be a slave to a platform. You don't want to be a slave to a trade. My thing is, I want to do whatever's going to give me time freedom. So being in position to make money when the market says it's okay to make money, that for one means when I get into a trade, I'm going to win my trade, because I'm waiting on the market to dictate to me when the appropriate time to be in the market is. I'm not trying to force my way of thinking on the market or trying to curve fit some type of method or strategy onto the market and try to force trades to come. You see, that's what we're not doing. We're doing the reverse. We reverse engineered the whole thing. So instead of thinking of it in those terms, no, we're not going to do it like that. How are we going to do it? We're going to sit back and wait for the market to bring the money to us. So that means that you now have time. That gives you time freedom. And if you got time freedom, that's the key also to financial freedom, because now you have the time to make use of the opportunities when they do come. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to force opportunities to come. All you're doing is waiting for the opportunities to come. Get tongue tied. Which Forex pairs do you trade? I trade specifically the pound dollar. Yeah, I saw it. It's been doing this for a while. Trend trader. I've been ever since I came on. When I first came on, I was like, all right. That's why I started talking about something else, because there ain't even nothing to talk about right now with that market. The market is looking. I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. It just disconnect. No more time of day trades. My time to trade is MRMH period. That's it. That's it. Whenever it comes. You know, it's very interesting. I didn't take a trade yesterday. I didn't take a trade the day before. And I have not taken a trade yet today. What's today? Thursday? So I didn't take one Wednesday or Tuesday. Monday I had a trade. And Sunday, I believe I had a trade. Now, and then we got tomorrow. So that makes the week. So tomorrow will be the market close. So now, I framed that for you. So I took 2 trades this week. Okay. I didn't even take the trades at the full contract size that I normally do. I did half. Right? So this week, on the 2 trades that I took, I made $1,800 on those 2 trades at half the size that I normally would take a trade at. So you got to understand, like, and I know what people think. They're like, well, Mark, you know, you trade in bigger contracts. Yeah, but I worked up to bigger contracts. You have to understand that you don't just get to bigger contracts from a deposit. Like, if you traded 50 contracts right now, it's like, well, how do you get to 50 contracts? Are you going to make a deposit so that you're at 50 contracts? How are you going to get there? When I started trading, I started with $100. This was 2 years ago. $100. And when I figured out what my skill set was when it came to interpreting the market, that's when I realized what I had on my hands. And I was like, you know what? I can actually slow down a little bit. I don't got to take 4 or 5 trades a day. I can actually just relax. Take maybe 2 trades a day. Then I narrowed it down. You know what? I'm doing 1 a day. Did a whole video series for 153 days. 1 trade a day. And it just kept slowing down, slowing. So over time, I took a small account to a larger account. So now that your account has grown, for 1, you're not stressed out about when trades come. 2, you're in position always to just wait for the best opportunities to come. That's it. Like, just don't do anything else. Wait for the best trades to come. And you do that regardless of the size of your account. It doesn't matter if you're at a large account or if you just started. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you just started with $100. Take your time and only take the best trades. Treat that $100 like it's $1 million. And what will actually happen with what we do, you got to understand, when you start your trading with $100, that means you can't lose, Because if you lose, your account is done. You take $100 and you lose one time, it's over. Because if you're doing in the money trades, like which is the framework that we use, it means you cannot lose, period. If you do lose, it's over. That was the reason that I did the series that I'm doing now, all or none. Because I'm showing you, listen, you got to use skill to do what you see me doing. It's not about the money. It's about the skill. It's about developing the patience and the discipline that you need. You got to have those. That's not optional. It's not optional. You have to be patient and you have to be disciplined so that you don't deviate and then start doing reckless stuff in your account. So that's kind of what goes on, man. Not even kind of. That's what goes on, period. Heru asking about Renko charts. Yo, you brought me back. Joshua said 5-minute binaries are like being in that money booth that blows a bunch of dollar bills for you to try and catch before time runs out. Right. Right. You in the Chuck E. Cheese booth with dollar bills flying around. The thing is, trying to grab them all is likely to result in having much less than they anticipated. TeamAlliance skill is waiting in the booth and only grabbing the quality bills that float into your hand. Right. Just leave your hand open and let the 20s drop. That's TA right there. Haru said, what do you think about the Renko bars? Yeah, the Renko charts, make your chart look awesome. It makes it look beautiful. But what happens is, it's giving you also a false perception of what the market actually did. I used to like Renko charts for that reason, the reason that I said first, which is it makes the chart look good and it cleans it up. But it's not showing you what the actual market is actually doing in real time. So it's really false perception. And because I'm big on interpreting the market, for that reason, I don't like them now. Like I wouldn't recommend that you use them now because of that. I don't know why YouTube like to black out. Why does it do that? I still have no idea why it does that. And what is up with, oh, there it is. It's back now. Yeah, I was about to say, NADEX was acting funny just now. Is that NADEX doing that? Is that the internet? It ain't the internet. The internet is flying over here. It might be NADEX. Anybody else having like your NADEX acting funny right now? Or is it just me? Yeah, NADEX looking funny right now. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's not just me. Yeah, it's acting funny, right? Okay. Sherilyn said, learn that quickly. Yes. Trent says, say less, brother, say less. He's like, don't give away all the juice. Yeah, there's a lot in misleading info in the Renko bars. Very true. All right, Stacy, see you tonight. Joshua said pizza time. Yeah, Joshua, man, that was beautiful what you sent me. That was beautiful. Word. So that means you ain't gonna be getting no sleep no time soon. Word. No sleep, brother. Yeah, that was awesome though. Awesome. Um, exactly. Exactly. I think you're right about what you said his first words are going to be. Parameters. That was funny. Shotty said, Coach, what's been your favorite challenge that you've done? The 8-week, the 1-a-day trade, the all or die, all or none? That's a good question. That's a good question, man. I don't know. I appreciate all of them because it's like each one led up to the next one based on feedback that I got from the last one from everyone else. Like when everyone kind of gives their feedback on the challenge, and what I mean by that is the anytime I do a challenge, it's like a large. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Anytime I do a challenge, some folk is gonna try to do the same challenge. Like that, like that's just something that goes on, and I know that. But the purpose of me doing the challenges is for display and demonstration purposes more than anything. Like it's not for students to try to keep up with me. That's kind of what I'm saying. But they're gonna try to keep up with me. You know what I'm saying? In the challenge. So they're like, oh, he's doing that. All right, so I'm gonna do that now. Just like when I did the Trade or Die challenge for the At the Money, I had some people in the group trying to do At the Money. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? Joshua said guilty. Cause I'm just like, yo, like when did you learn At the Money? You didn't learn it from me. I didn't teach you nothing. But yeah, so Paul said $1 mission from 5 minutes on demo. Okay, so the demo acting up too. All right. Got you. Joshua said then he got slapped silly and went back to the spreadsheet. I know that's right. I remember them slaps. But yeah, so the challenges, like for me personally, the challenges just they keep me sharp, and then they also give me an opportunity to share. You know, like to actually demonstrate a specific thing that I'm doing for that challenge, and then people can see it. You know what I mean? So it's very educational. That's what I'm finding. That there's so much education and knowledge when I do the challenge, more so because of what the market looks like. Like you can use it as a reference. Like this is something that Joshua actually does that I appreciate so much. He'll go back and look at old challenges that I did and look at how the market was looking during the challenges. Like he'll go through video, and he'll be like, you know, oh, if you look at this video from this date and look at how the market was looking, that's an example of, you know, such and such. And I'm right now talking about stuff internally that we discuss in the group. So for that purpose, definitely, like for purposes of a reference tool, the challenges are awesome. Awesome for that. Yes, exactly. Each is a learning experience. Yep. Yep. Like there was a challenge. Was it the last one? It was in the Trade or Die challenge, and it actually happened twice. No, it happened once. I'm sorry. There was one instance where I was doing the At the Money, and one of the trades when I was doing the Building the Framework series, I lost. I actually lost the trade, and when you look at the trade, it looked like I won the trade, but I lost the trade. I had to go and get the email to see, because I was like, damn, yo, this, I don't know why YouTube is doing that. And it's getting cold in there. I need to start this car. I think I'm gonna go get some better internet. Let me see something. Just in case. Just in case it's the internet, I'm gonna get some better internet. But yeah, so that the trade that I'm talking about, when I was doing the framework videos, you'll see the skill backing up using the side view mirror. What you know about that? What you know about it? I won or lost the trade, and it ended up being losing. And you know, you got to just take it on the chin. It is what it is. So I think for that challenge, I lost that trade, and then I went ahead and took another trade right away. Not immediately, but you know, I took another trade in that video and got my money back. And it wasn't something that I was trying to do. It ended up being what I did because I was building the framework. So the whole purpose of that series was for me to, let me see something.